Well, we have to do this replay in WCS mode, because I explicitly told it not to be in WCS replay interface. I don't like it as much for, like, coaching and stuff. Well, guess what? Fuck me, because I specifically said it in 2 different ways. I loaded the replay, now we're here. Well, this is going to be the least professional WCS overlay case. Not even a case, but whatever. I can't even tell exactly when we're looking at the right cameras. This is Channy Man again, who is the most diamond. What is with you in walling off in terrible locations? And if you're not going Reapers, it's even worse. Hydra Bane seems so strong. And Mech, what the fuck is this? What is this? Why? Why don't you just wall off your ramp like a normal person who doesn't want to die to random? Oh, it's TVT. No, okay, then double down on that. Why don't you just wall off your ramp? What the fuck? It's like, oh, I'm gonna steal his gas. Alright, I'm like, oh, TVT. That make... Wait, what? You're not breaking the meta by being like, you know what I want? I want my production facilities in a vulnerable place where if he either does a proxy or does an attack, or maybe kills my Reaper, he can just camp my production and end the game instead of being able to defend it up a ramp. That's what I want. I want more vulnerability. I want to live life on the edge of never getting higher in the ladder. The fuck? What? The fuck is this? Give me an explanation like he was random. Still bad if he was random, but this makes no sense. Like, build the barracks on the low ground with the depot and then just... Even if he was random, it makes even less sense if he's random, though. I don't understand any of this. What are you doing? I didn't mean to build racks there. I fucked up. Okay, well, step 1. Like, don't fuck up. Don't talk to people. You talk to people in the game, you're gonna fuck up. He probably thinks you're cheesing him already. You're not cheesing him. You're doing the opposite. You're just not doing anything useful. I don't wall. It's fine not to wall, but obviously that's a fuck up there. What is this? What is this tech lab first? Don't tell me you're gonna make a tank. What? No, don't. What? And it's gonna be like, I'm gonna do the fucking Viking right-hand side. He hasn't even expanded yet, for sure. This is... You're trying to, like, redefine the meta right here. You're not special. The more you try to be special, the more special you're going to be. But not in a good way. You know, a tank push isn't bad. But you know what's better? Is Cyclones. Because you can actually attack if they don't have a tank. And Cyclones can kill tanks. So this is all... Okay, this is all... What is this? This is not a TVT build. What? What? Okay. What? What? So, you built a tank to defend yourself against the player you stole the gas of. You went double gas without an expansion into Cloak Banshees. So, you're just gonna show up eventually with a Cloak Banshee against someone who has way better economy and plenty of time to do whatever he wants, because you didn't even try to put on any pressure. Getting a Cloak Banshee is not putting on pressure. If you just sit back and let him expand and show up with a Banshee, it's better than 50-50 odds. He'll just randomly have a turret because you didn't do anything, and he feels comfortable because he actually has money, and you don't because you didn't expand and you did whatever the fuck this is. This is not a... How many times have you watched me play TVT or Groovy Man or anything like that? This is... I've never seen this before, and I never want to see it again. Get this shit out of my sight. It's disgusting. What are you gonna put up? Make reactored Cyclones now? Is that the play? Or Hellions? Whittle? What? Are you intentionally doing this? This is like... You have... What? Of all the... That was the worst choice. That was the worst choice. You know, when you get a Cloak Banshee, he might make detection, which, for some reason, might make your Widow Mines less effective. Like... So you're gonna go Widow Mines to follow up your Cloak Banshee. Just think about that. This is like, you've made all of the worst possible choices while still not overdoing it. Like, you didn't make an extra random barracks or get super supply blocked. You just did everything right. You're singing the right song with all the wrong words. And I'm not even sure, it's just gibberish right now is what it is, really. What is this? What are you gonna do, walk out 2 Widow Mines? I don't understand. 2 Cyclones? I don't understand. 2 Hellions, even. 2 Widow Mines make no sense at all. You are behind already because he's already expanded. What are you doing with defensive Widow Mines? And a tank? What is this? You just letting him have more money than you is what you're doing. Like, you've decided, alright, so we're just gonna let him be way ahead for no reason. That's what's happened so far. I'm not... Okay, Cloak is done. And you might even get damage done because his build sucks and he forgot his energy. Why don't you even look at the net? Take a look at it! Oh my god. What is this, Banshee? You are 5 minutes into the game. For comparison, Beyond's 2 medevac stim timing hits at this time. Right now, if you had just done a 1-Rax expand into 2 medevacs, and you've done it well, you could be hitting him with 16 Marines and stim. But you have 1 cloaked Banshee taking a fucking world tour before it ever gets around to doing anything useful. That's what you've decided on. That's the play. With 2 Widow Mines sitting on your ramp against a player who expanded 3 minutes earlier. You've given him ample time to build turrets. He hasn't built them because he's a diamond player and doesn't have a build order either. But he's gotten pretty close. If you if you just went straight A move to his base, you would have showed up when the end. He has a 3rd. He has a 3rd, and your only hope of doing damage decided to stop for goddamn ice cream. And now, because I'm not used to this overlay, I didn't even notice the 625 minerals and 200 gas you got banked up here. It's not terrible, but it's terrible for killing, okay, 7 SCVs, and you got a scan. Wow, against a player who has 2 more command centers than you right now. Why did you even make that on the high ground? Did you think he was gonna attack you? Oh my god! You didn't know that before. You didn't know that was there. That just happens to be there. That's hilarious, though, is what that is. Like, that's where he built his NG bay? I think that's his own. How many NG bays does he? He has 2. Okay. I don't... Oh my god. Why are you building all these turrets? What are you afraid of? What? What are you... What, the 1 Viking? And maybe a Banshee? Maybe 1 He has 3 command centers, and you're spending 300 minerals on turrets! Okay, now I can comfortably say, we knew it all along, but you suffer from a severe case, especially in TVT, of being a fucking bitch. Okay? This is an entire bitch build, is what it is. You went for a tank against a player who couldn't even have tanks for a minute later than you. You went for 2 Widow Mines for unknown reasons against a player who has no interest in attacking. You took the worst pathing to still eventually get to his base. You tried to expand on the high ground against a player who has 3 bases. You're a bitch. That's what it is. And you're not gonna win if you're a bitch, because he's just gonna have way more shit than you, and we know how that works. You saw, what is with all this ring around the add-on shit here? Dancing around your add-ons, it's kind of like adding extensions to Chrome. You can add all the fancy-ass extensions you want, but we all know the only productive thing you're gonna do all day is beat off instead of actually go outside and do something productive. So that's all that's gonna happen with all these add-ons. That's all we're getting. I'm not sure what he's doing over there. Also, plenty of money to build like 3 more factories.
Your command center upgrade is complete.
Oh, we're getting a 3rd now. Yes, another productive thing you can do is get on Twitch and make sure you subscribe to me. Because I'll pretend to do something productive then, and you can just waste all your time.
Kiss me hard, forget them just.
SCV ready.
Who cares about what is to come?
We managed to get supply blocked.
Let's show
So, mech only works if you're proactive. Mech is not I mean, you can play turtle mech, but when you're this far behind, you pretty much have to get lucky. You have put yourself in a position that you're relying on him to fuck up. And I'm sure he will, because it's TVT. He'll run into siege tanks or do something equally terrible. Like, he's making like 10 turrets right now, and he has a better reason for it. Okay, you need to stop with this add-on addiction. You could have... Okay, I want to go back. Because I'm pretty sure this factory was finished without an add-on and did not build anything while this barracks was building this add-on. I just wanna take a look. Did this factory ever build any? Okay, so you have a factory doing nothing and a barracks doing nothing, and you're like, well, I can't possibly just build the fucking reactor on the goddamn factory. That would be blasphemy. This would be too much. Oh my god. You're not gonna be able to. It's very. You just can't get. No. And then we'll get supply blocked and not build anything out of that factory anyways this entire damn time. Now, despite his name, he's transitioned from being greedy into being a bitch as well. So we got two bitch Terrans having a... It's not even a slap fight right now. They're just exchanging angry words on 4chan. And of course, I assume at least one of them has a Pepe the fucking frog portrait, and the other one has some obscure anime reference, and neither of them are making any sense, but they're just compensating. I'm not sure which one you are.
SCV ready.
Mineral field depleted.
Ready to blow.
You turtleneck players are all the same. You have no idea what you're doing. Not all the same. I'm not putting other turtleneck players in this boat. But this is such a classic, like, I have no idea what I want to do, but I'm making the units that people will fuck up against. Namely siege tanks and ravens. And turrets. If he just took 4 bases, had 10 barracks, and eventually just bashed your face in, like, he could be at 180 supply. You couldn't. He could be at 180 supply right now of just okay, not 100, like 150, and just slam into that third base with endless bodies. Unfortunately, he's also a Diamond Terran player, and he also has no idea what he's doing, so you're both left in this position now. So with that in mind, I've said all I need to say. I think I've made my points very clear here. And I'm not going to re-summarize them. I still see those widow mines on the ramp, and I don't want to see them again. But welcome back to Diamond League Disasters, where we get as many people in chat to question, is this really Diamond? I play better than this, and I'm Gold too. Completely misjudging their own ability and how shitty they actually are. That's the use of these. Alright. So we have IB Greedy, who is not nearly as greedy as his name implied, building turrets in pretty much everywhere. We have Channy, who... And IB Greedy's taking a 4th base. It looks like we're just gonna not attack each other. There's been one Banshee. This entire game, the extent of the attacks have been... One Banshee has attacked and killed like 7 SCVs. And that's it. It's been 10 minutes. And that's the extent of this action. That's it. There's nothing else here. Oh, what a beautiful... Wait. Who scanned... Wait, what? Whose scan was that? We're going to the IB Greedy cam. Who... Oh. Okay. That's why. There was a Banshee. I was like, did he just randomly scan nothing? If only Channy was ever capable of not only building more than 3 factories, but using the 3 factories he had, then he might even be close to even on supply. Unfortunately, he's on a mission to be more efficient. That mission will fail. But more than 3 factories would take up too much space in this aesthetically pleasing main base. I'm assuming the case here. His opponent, at 5 factories, also not in 6, and 3 starports. Not using them, but, I mean, at least the idea's there. So, let's just think about this. Does the player who has essentially unlimited income and 9 production facilities, or the player who has essentially unlimited income and 5 production facilities, who's going to have more things? As we go to 4 bases without touching each other. Let's do the math on that one. Because we both know they can't spend this kind of money right now. Oh, we got 2 more factories on the way. Better late than never. Very late. So late. Like, everybody's already gone home, but... As both players starting to scan and realize this is happening, we're doing this, but I'd Be Greedy already working towards his battle cruisers and multiple command centers, while Channy is really excited about the upgrades he's getting for the units he doesn't have. There are a grand total of 0 Liberators on the field. Advanced Ballistics is nearly done. Unfortunately, he's been supply blocked for about 3/4 of the game, which does pose an issue when it comes to using Advanced Ballistics battle cruisers. I mean, Liberators. Alright. So, Yamato Cannon is now on the way, despite no battle cruisers. Another upgrade coming out. We're going to get a 3rd armory, which I assume he's not going to use. Some more factories on the way. I'm not even sure if they're in the control group because my game won't let me switch the damn overlays to one where I can see useful things. But, I Be Greedy has established 5 bases, actually gotten units, and while he doesn't really have the upgrades, he's going to have air control, which Channy, despite building ranged Liberators and no battle cruisers, will not have. So, if you don't have air control, your Liberators will just die and do nothing. I'm not sure. It's more of a theoretical build here. We build some big, beautiful walls. Unfortunately, walls not known for their effectiveness against mass battle cruiser. Yes, those are battle cruisers. How will Channy respond? Making sure to get a lot of extra information from the 2 scans on the same location. As, so far, about 2,000 resources, which is less than both these players have in the bank, have been lost. As we max out, and 2 bitch Terrans stare each other down from miles away. And Channy, it seems, is trying to sacrifice his SCVs. Unfortunately, he has hard-walled his entire base in, which is hilarious. We're going to add some more turrets in just in random locations. Alright, as these players continue to not do anything useful. Channy making more starports, getting the upgrades, but unfortunately, 9 Vikings, 3 Liberators, and a Raven do not beat 4 battle cruisers, 10 Vikings, a Raven, and a couple Thors. Alright, I did the math. Those 4 battle cruisers are probably going to make a bit of a difference in this exchange. We've got siege tanks systematically strewn throughout. The rocks, a worthy adversary. Unfortunately, a siege tank is their protector. We've got some more SCVs giving themselves up as this is still happening. And I have a distinct feeling this is going to end very anticlimactically. What's going to happen is there's going to be a single fight. Channy is going to lose horribly, not realize how much production he has, and then get rolled. That's what should happen. I have a feeling that's what will happen. Because this is not a winning army. Like, you can't beat the battle cruisers. He's out on the map, which is something. At least he took the initiative here. But there's no beating those battle cruisers if he actually just fights. Like, you don't beat less air with more air. The Thor's in high impact mode to make sure they can't get any splash damage on the Vikings. The Raven just kind of dies, or maybe a PDD. That's a very interesting jump location, but it doesn't matter because there's no anti-air. The Yamatos are used, and Channy just willingly gives away his entire army, all his tanks, and all his air control because he has no idea how to play this. Yes, a base will be killed. But that's about it. A Widowmine will connect and do a lot of damage. Another high-impact Thor is here to make sure those Vikings survive. And it does look like Channy not really picking his battles. If he had given up a base like the one he took, then maybe he could build up enough units to deal with this. Unfortunately, those Widowmines that were built at the 3-minute mark coming into play. Unfortunately, he just decided to not do that. And is sacrificing the tanks, but that's not going to do too much. It looks like it will actually draw the battlecruisers back. A Yamato comes out on the Thor. It's a mess right now. The tanks are coming back. Okay, maybe not. He could raise the depot. He's really scared about these tanks. I'm not sure why. But Channy has successfully lost all of his army in fighting. So, Channy did know that he did not have air control. He realized he did not have enough Vikings or Thors to win a fight. Channy then proceeded to pick a fight and lose. So, I don't know what kind of word you would use for that, but I don't think it would be a very positive one. Alright. We're going to make some more. I'm not sure why we're making Liberators at all here. If the Liberators even get close to this army, that'll be a surprise. And Liberators near useless against battlecruisers. A few SCVs will come to the shipyard, as IB Greedy will give Channy a reprieve despite having a game-winning army all ready to go, and money in the bank to build another.
Look up to the sky.
The Thors are actually not terrible against battlecruisers if they don't use their Yamato cannons. Once you get enough of them, close enough. They're not great. But it's not a reliable long-term strategy for Thor Widowmine. I mean, it can work. It's terrible, but it can work if he somehow jumps directly into 20 Widowmines. Then, maybe. Maybe. Not really, but maybe. There's a jump. A bold move as he abandons all of his anti-air. Blasts through, but this means he won't have anything. Where are you going? Why did... So, IB Greedy jumps in without the rest of his air control and decides that he wants to get rid of his battlecruisers, though the Thors are struggling back to the main. This is like the only way that this could have gone poorly. Unfortunately, the Thors can only go one at a time up that ramp. And the battlecruisers would just kind of win. There was no real wrong move here. There were just less good moves. This is one of the less good moves. Channy, realizing the javelin missiles starting to do good damage to these battlecruisers, will immediately switch out of that mode and try to go into high impact mode so that way he doesn't kill them. And yeah, this was the least right choice here from IB Greedy, but he's in a position that is nearly too big to fail, as he split up the only forces that needed to stay together. This is a goddamn mess is what it is. He has 7,600 minerals, 3,800 gas, but he needs, more battlecruisers dying to Widow Mines. That's happening. But yeah, IB Greedy, still not producing anything. He's convinced these 10 Vikings and 3 Thors can make the difference, and he's honestly not too far off. It might be enough. Oh, there we go. 4 battlecruisers, 3 Thors, 2 Vikings. We're gonna lose some more units to Widow Mines because why not? Widow Mines, a classic tactic for diamond players who don't know how to micro and hope that their opponent does either. Unfortunately for Channy, he has nothing. Which means he's dead. I mean, he's been dead, but IB Greedy threw him a bone in the form of 12 battlecruisers and 20 Vikings. Which is real kind of him. Unfortunately, he can build 12 more battlecruisers and 20 more Vikings, and that should be the end. I'm not even... Is that Widow Mine gonna connect? It doesn't. Why are there SCVs here? Why are you sacrificing workers? You're only at 61 and you're not even maxed out. I mean, you can max out. It doesn't really matter. Why are you Now, I would say these scans, there are so many scans, they're giving Channy cancer, but I'm pretty sure he already has it. So at this point, he's fine with it. As the Thors, we're gonna get Blue Flame, not sure why, but that's the use here. Alright, some more Widow Mines, racking up Battlecruiser, and SCV, and a Viking, and Hellion kills. As a massive fleet of top-tier units. Even Cyclones on the way. As IB Greedy has finally spent all of his gas and given away workers that did not need to be given away. More scans. And this game ended about 9-10 minutes ago when Channy decided to move out and attack an army that was going to crush his. But we have found a way to be here. We're here now. We're gonna get some more. How many Widow Mines are there? There are 9 Widow Mines. Not sure what's with these jumps here. Not sure what he's trying to avoid. Also didn't queue up the Yamatos, but it's not gonna matter. Sacked the tanks and slowly got Vikings. Maybe had a real build order that made it so you didn't have to get here in the first place because you were so far ahead. This was a failure to launch in the first place. Like, it's not like you got started and then you made some bad decisions. It was a disaster from the get-go. I don't know what the one-base defensive build with no damage is, but it's bad. Like, there's a lot more to worry about than what happens when nobody attacks each other for 20 minutes and then I sacrifice my entire army into battlecruisers that I knew existed. Like, there's a lot more to this than that. The answer is, if he has battle cruisers, you get battle cruisers. Alright? Just get battle cruisers. Let him attack you. Look what happened when he attacked you. He somehow lost fucking 12 battle cruisers to Widow Mines. Let him... Don't just be like, well... Guess I need to just lose my entire army here real quick. Like, that's not a play. And then don't attack right up the middle. Like, get battle cruisers. But everybody thank Channy for the $10 and also as a Diamond 2. Diamond 2, right, Channy? Also for giving everyone inspiration to think they're better than they are in Twitch chat.